Greetings, this is Jeff Chorpenning. It's August 27th, 2014, and I put this short video together from yesterday's meeting, August 26, 2014, meeting of the Bowling Green Township Board of Trustees. This short portion of that meeting is in regards to public record requests. So I'll show that portion of the meeting, and at the end I've acquired some of these record requests from residents that I want to share and try to determine why these records are not being filled, and to show the excuses here from Fiscal Officer Duvall of why she has failed to do this. And you'll also see the reactions of the other board members. On record requests, there were several that I haven't gotten yet. I can't finish that investigation until I get all the stuff I need. So, is it more convenient, Jack, to bring those down here and I can review them, as opposed to making copies? How can we make it go?
I would actually rather make the copies than leave my records down here.
Well, I can meet you down here too. But in order for me to get it done, I need the information.
I'll get you the information.
Also, Mr. Stepp, he called me, said that his record request is
Which
still
would you like me
unfilled.
to do first?
Mr. Stepp's was back in June.
Okay, so I'm going to take care of that first.
It's up to you. I think that you should start taking record requests seriously. I can't do my job if you don't give me the information. And the record request Mr. Stepp asked for, I asked him what he asked for, and it didn't sound like it was very voluminous or anything. So what is the holdup?
I've just been busy. And then you keep asking for other records. I start on his, and then you ask me for something else. I started on yours. And then you ask me for stuff about the John Chorpenning meeting, and I looked into that. I can't, I got to get one done before I can jump to the other. And you just keep asking for more stuff.
I need information so I can do my job.
Okay, well, I need
As far as the other
time to get my
record,
job
and
done.
then there was also, I understand, Misty Baird's asked for things. There's been
I have answered her
Okay.
several times.
Okay. I'm just following up.
I've answered
All
her.
I can do is
Did you ask her if I answered her? Did you follow up with her?
That's not my job. My job is to find out why they're not being
We're
filled.
gonna move on.
I'm not done.
She gave you an answer.
It was
I'm
no.
done.
Yes, you're not gonna sit here and hound her.
I'm not done.
We're gonna move on. She said she would.
You're not
fill
the
it.
president.
I'm telling
I
you.
had the floor.
We're moving
It's
on.
correspondence, and
I'm
I'm
telling
not
you,
done.
we're moving on. You're not gonna sit here and hound her for an hour.
Nobody's hounding anybody. I have a right to bring correspondence like anybody else does.
Okay.
You wouldn't interrupt.
If you have additional correspondence.
I do.
Not pertaining to record request.
I can be pertaining to whatever it
I'm just
pertains to. It's all township
We'll move on.
business. There were two others. Mrs. Wiseman. Now, did you ever get her record request filled?
What was her record request?
You were supposed to give her a copy of the calendar. I guess I can do that for her now because
I
have a
don't
copy of it.
recall ever hearing that she wanted a copy of it.
She wanted the copies that you always gave to her at the end of the year.
Why does she need those now?
I don't know why she needs them. It's a record request. It's like Gary's. I didn't even ask him why he needed the stuff.
Well, you have a copy of the calendar you can give to her.
I'll go make a copy of the calendar. I don't have copies of.
Actually,
I don't know.
you should have copies.
What does
of
she?
those.
What months does she not have?
It's the last few of 2013 is all she's missing.
November and December.
Probably, yes.
So you want
It
me
may
to-
even only be December. Why don't these people contact me? Why are they
Well, I know like Gary.
contacting
I know
me?
like Gary brings it through me. He wants to
Why?
make sure it's documented because he said that he's requested them before and they've been ignored. He wants to.
I have never
I-
ignored, I have always completed his records request. I've never ignored his records request.
What is a reasonable amount of time? The ones he recently asked for was June.
It takes a while to do these things, and I have other things going on in my life.
Is that an unfair
No,
question?
we'll move on.
What's a
Let's
reasonable
move
amount of
on.
time? What's a reasonable amount of time?
No.
Did you hear the words of the president?
There is no stipulation on a reasonable amount of time.
Well, you're the one that determines that, so I'm asking you, what is?
The president said we're moving on.
We're moving on.
So you
Very good.
can't tell me how long it'll take
Okay.
to get a record request filled.
Is that all your correspondence?
Okay, there you can see that section of the meeting, and I've got 3 different record requests. These particular ones are part of the ones talked about or inquired about at the meeting. These are from Gary Stepp, and there are 3 different record requests here. This first one I'll put up on June 17th. This is letters addressed to the Bowling Green Township Fiscal Officer, Jenny Duvall, with her address. It says that I am requesting the following Bowling Green Township public records. In the past, requests I have made have taken several months or not ever completed. I request you fill this within the next 10 days or provide a reason it takes longer. And the complaint from Mr. Stepp is that he has not gotten the records or been told why it would take longer. When he put these requests in, I also had asked the fiscal officer if she would make me copies of these requests and also the responses, and I've also gotten none. He has 7 things listed on this June 17th request, and I'll read what he's requested. Number 1, he's asking for a copy of all audio recordings Trustee Hupp made of phone calls to Trustee Chorpenning. And he says, references February 4th Township meeting, the recording where Trustee Hupp states that he has recorded phone messages he made and left for Trustee Chorpenning. Second item he's asking for is a copy of Township Board of Trustees written resolution stating to have the county prosecutor pursue the Township Zoning Inspector's allegations and pressing charges of operating an illegal junkyard on my property. Then he has number 3, copy of Board of Trustees resolution giving the Township Zoning Inspector the authority to commit the Township to participating in a tire amnesty grant partnership with the Licking County Recycling Program. 4, he asks for a copy of resolution by the Board of Trustees to apply for the Operation Roundup grant that funded the fencing around the community building basketball court. Number 5, he asked for a copy of the Board of Trustees resolution to accept the final grant application that was written by volunteer Michael Pitcher for the Ohio Department of Natural Resources grant that funded the new playground equipment. Number 6, he asked for a copy of the Board of Trustees resolution to purchase or acquire the used merry-go-round before it was placed into the township park. He goes on to say, if no resolution, then please provide meeting minutes of when and how the merry-go-round was purchased. And number 7, copy of the Board of Trustees resolution to move the merry-go-round from its original location and into the mulched area when the ODNR grant-funded equipment was installed. And that's his June 17th requests. For the most part, it doesn't look like a lot of documents, copies of resolutions, and that type of thing. The second one, the record request, is again from Gary Stepp, June 18th, 2014, addressed the same to the fiscal officer. He's asking for 3 items. Number 1, on a past record request, I asked for the finally received a copy of the public records policy of Bowling Green Township, Licking County. You provided a 5-page document that was signed by Trustee Van Buren, Donald Watkins, and yourself on November 9th, 2007. Please provide a copy of the meeting minutes from November 9th, 2007, when these 3 officials met to sign this document. Please also provide the actual written resolution brought to the Board of Trustees to adopt this policy. Number 2, he asked for a copy of Board of Trustees resolution and record of votes to hold special meeting that was held on June 16th, 2014. Says he also wants a copy of the invoice for legal notice to advertise this special meeting. Number 3, Trustee Hupp claimed he contacted members of the Zoning Board and Zoning Appeals Board prior to removing them from their positions. I request the documented proof that these people were all contacted. I did not receive any notice prior to being removed from the Zoning Board. And that's his second request he hasn't had filled yet. And this is his third one, record request from Gary Stepp, June 19th, 2014, to Bowling Green Township Fiscal Officer, and the same address and request with 3 items. 1. Copy of Township Resolution and meeting minutes authorizing that Township cinders be stored on Danny Van Buren's personal property. Number 2. Copy of Township's Resolution, bids and final invoices for the North Side addition made to the Township Community Building. And 3. A copy of original resolution to purchase the Bowling Green Township Community Building. So those are the 3 requests that she has not filled, and hopefully she will fill them. I'm going to end this video by putting up the appropriate Ohio laws as far as record requests go, and the obligations of elected officials to provide public records.